Hey everyone, welcome to the Grander Plan, and we have with us one of the executives of the organization and one of their up-and-coming young singers. First, let's introduce the famous Don Halterman. He is director of music and one of their newest proteges, although Don's known her now for 12 years. We have Molly Nuss, and Molly, you're up and coming, and I've heard your voice. I've heard it both on CD and in performance, and you're quite a singer.
Thank
How
you.
did you first get involved with Don?
So Don and I go way back.
Okay.
I met him I was in the 7th grade, I think. We were doing Nifty 50s.
2007.
Yeah.
Wow.
In a musical. And so instantly, the first time I met Don, he like just hugged me, and I just like already we kind of hit it off. So yeah, so we've been working with each other since. We've been doing musicals, and he's written music, and then I'll kind of take my own artistic twist with that and sing his songs.
Well, you're a mainstay now because not only were you involved in the concert at the State Theater,
Yes.
You were involved in Heidi's concert, which we'll talk about in a second.
Right.
Yes.
And now you just were in the studio the other day doing one of Don's songs called The Lord's Prayer. Tell us about it.
Yes, so the Lord's Prayer, basically it's a kind of rendition of the classical Lord's Prayer, and Don took his kind of own twist to it, and he just one day was like, "You want to try singing this song?" I was like, "Sure." And Don, you took it up a few.
Yes. So for music entrees, I wrote it in C. So
Yeah.
most people have, and that's about their peak level. Molly goes up 4 whole notes to F to
Wow.
sing it,
Yeah.
and still has
Wow.
not hit the high part of her
It's
voice.
it's really awesome to sing like in a big venue, or it's just kind of it's a beautiful moment when I'm singing it, and instantly I was like, all right, this is it. Like, I love this song. I want to be singing this. So it's always been kind of there where it's like we'll work on other music, but I feel like that I'll always come back to Lord's Prayer because that's really what got us starting with everything. So
Don, The Lord's Prayer, at least one rendition of it, is iconic.
You're right.
So
Don't mess with it, right?
Don't mess
No,
with
I didn't
Lord.
say that, but I just
No,
said,
I was thinking when I was thinking
was
about it.
Was it daunting, the whole notion that this has been done a certain way for so long, and now I'm going to try something else?
It was. I thought about that a lot. Like, some things you don't mess with, right? So I was hoping when I wrote it to find the right artist to sing it, and obviously Molly was the one. In fact, so much so when I had Molly perform it at church one time, my dad happened to be in the audience. He pulled me aside and said, "I want that sung at my funeral when I go." And when he did pass, Molly did sing it, and it was unbelievable. Really. Very powerful moment for me as well.
Wow. Very congratulations on that. So not only have we seen a clip of that in this particular show, but you're all going to release that, correct?
Correct, yes. It's coming out early August, and we're excited. We're going to have a YouTube with the video of us actually doing it in the studio with Molly singing it along with it. So we're excited about just having the rawness of that. I think it's going to be really good.
Now, what's the similarity between this and what you all did with the Lord's Prayer and the kind of hits that got? Excuse me, the similarity to the one you did for Mother's Day. What are the...
The Lord's Prayer is just a reverence thing. I think Molly's right. When you sing it, it's very reverent. It kind of just puts you in a very spiritual mode, I think. And the Mom's Day song was something I wrote for my mom.
Right.
That really just wanted to get out and just tell her how I really felt in a song. And Audrey Jane did a great job with that. And we're still getting some feedback on that, which is very powerful too.
But from the release standpoint, you sort of release it as a single, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And this one will be released as a single as well.
Yeah.
We won't have a CD with this. We're just going to release it digitally, and then we're going to put it out on YouTube.
And of course, you hold the rights to it, so if it takes off,
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Katie bar the door,
Yes.
right?
And it's something that can be done at funerals. It could be done, at a service, weddings. It could be done a lot of things.
It'd be great for weddings.
Yeah. We've actually, I've had it performed. Molly sung it a number of times now, in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
So it's always, I always get hair on my neck stands up back when she hits in the upper range. She has a very gifted upper range that will just make that song soar, which is great.
So you knew you could sing back in the 7th grade.
Yes, I started singing really young. I was in church choir, I think when I was like 6, and I was trained like with sight reading and all of that stuff. And so I fell in love with it because I was kind of a crazy kid when I was young. I would like go up to random people and sing to them, and they're like, "Okay." So my parents were like, "What are we gonna do with this kid?" Like, so they put me in a musical theater camp during the summers, and I instantly, I just got drawn towards it. And my first musical at 7 years old was Man of La Mancha. Kid you not. And so that was my first.
I played Don Quixote.
Yes,
Which
there
role
you
did you
go.
play?
I was just a prisoner, but I was
Really?
yes,
A child that young?
yes,
With those kinds of scenes?
yes. And
Really?
they took out
Okay.
the really
Yeah.
bad scene. But
Yeah.
it was so funny as a 7-year-old. The fact that I could go into this role of like a prisoner and like
Your
I
face was
took it all
dirty,
in.
and you all
Yes.
crawled all over the floor.
Crawling on the floor.
Snatching things from other
Exactly,
people.
yes.
It is pretty gnarly.
It's gnarly, and it took me to a different world, and I loved it. And so, with that, it became a love for singing, where I would just be belting in like the car with the Man of La Mancha soundtrack.
Great
and so I
music in
just
that,
yes,
Dream
I
the
fell in
Impossible
love.
Dream,
Yeah,
And
that's iconic.
Yes. So from there, I just kept going. I met Annie and Cats, and I started to get trained in the 7th grade from there on classically. Yeah.
So we want to get to Heidi's concert and
Yes,
maybe take
of
a clip
course.
at that. But first of all, that Black Cat song I'm very fond of.
Thank you.
And that was one of Don's songs. What is it that you told me, I think at Heidi's concert, that's one of your favorite songs.
Yes, I think it's because people don't expect that from me. They are used to kind of like Lord's Prayer, and I remember going to Don, and I was like, Don, I want something different. I want something kind of like sultry, jazzy, and that's what he came up with. And so it was really fun. It's always fun to perform. It's so fun to sing. So it's my favorite song, I think, because it shows just a different side of me, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, it is. It's sultry.
Yes.
Not seductive, but sultry.
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 Yeah.
Good for Halloween. We might
Yeah.
do something with it around
Yeah,
Halloween.
absolutely. So tell me about the E EP.
Yeah, so right now Molly's working on our concert we did at the State Theater for A Night of Grander Music, finishing up the recordings for the songs that she performed in that. And we're going to put out an EP of those songs with just Molly and release that with Molly. And then she's going to work on some new stuff for next year, early part of next year, and have 5 songs on that. So she'll be the EP queen for the next 6 months here or so.
All right. There's nothing wrong with being an EP queen.
That's right.
Although it could be an EP
like that.
king. I mean, we can be somewhat ecumenical because it could be the King CD, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Sure.
so the Heidi's concert was a big, big success. So
Yes.
tell me about that.
Yeah, we were excited, and I was really impressed how Heidi really took ownership of the songs, and Molly was actually helping her sing some of the harmonies and stuff, and they sound great together. And it was just a lot of energy and a lot of just connecting with the audience and all. It was just a great performance and very enjoyable time for the musicale. So
All your music.
all my music.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I loved how she integrated her quartet work into the
Yes.
performances because she's a big quartet. She's a member of a very prominent quartet, so she
Yes.
integrated that beautifully into the
Right.
performances, I
Yeah,
thought.
the Fantastic Four did a great job. In fact, her dad did one of the songs, My Little One, and arranged it for a barbershop quartet.
Wow.
And they performed it, which was great. So that
How
was
about
nice.
them apples?
Yes, that is kind of cool. Having your music done all kinds of ways is fun.
Now, Judy's big concert that was in November has been delayed because she has something at Oral Roberts she has to do first, so you're looking at spring for that.
Correct, yes.
And again, anytime we want to learn more about Grander Music, we can go to your website. You want to share that with us?
Yes, it's grandermusic.com. And we are also on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and of course, all the social media that you can get.
And then if we want to get a copy or buy a copy of your performance of the Lord's Prayer, how do we get that?
That'll be available digitally. A nice way I said that. I have to edit that. Digitally. Try that, it won't work. So.
Good LY word.
Yeah. So that should be out, like I said, in August, and it'll be on YouTube as well. And
Wow.
we'll be excited with the video, and it should be great. It's very powerful, and I think when we recorded last week, I was catching that feeling too. So hopefully that transfers onto the YouTube screen. as
Watch
we
this
say.
song really take off.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watch it really go crazy.
It's a universal theme, right?
Yeah,
It's
it
kind of,
really is.
and Molly really has owned that song. And my dad is not impressed easily. Let me tell you what. A lot of my stuff, he goes, all right, well, that's okay. But he came up to me. I want that at my funeral. He was adamant, which is
Okay.
spoke volumes for Molly and
Yes.
with the thing. So
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Molly.
Thank
Great
you.
work.
Thank you so much.
Good seeing you again, young Don.
thank you, young Mike.
Next time you're here, bring older John with you.
Yes, I will. I will.
Well, that's it for the Grander Plan for this time around. Hope you enjoyed yourself.